In a quiet village, there lived a man named Ravi. People did not know him for kindness or wealth. They remembered him because he measured life through money. Every coin mattered to him. Every expense was a burden. He believed that saving small amounts every day would one day give him the perfect life. Inside his small home stood an old steel cupboard. It was never left unlocked. Each month, Ravi added a little more money into it. Salary, bonuses, gifts, everything went inside. As the cupboard became fuller, Ravi felt safer. He believed that one day, all this saving would become happiness.
Ravi had a wife and a daughter. They lived simply. The daughter often looked outside at other children playing. Her wife quietly managed the house with whatever was available. The family did not complain much. Over time, they learned that Ravi always chose saving over spending.
Small sacrifices became normal in that house. Broken things were never replaced. Simple wishes were always postponed. Even small joys were considered unnecessary. A child learned to color with old broken crayons. A family learned to celebrate without celebration.
The years moved quietly. Ravi continued working. The cupboard continued filling. His daughter grew older. The house became quieter. He often believed that the best part of life had not started yet. He was always waiting for the future. After decades of work, Ravi finally retired. This was the day he had prepared for his entire life. He had more savings than anyone expected. He had reached the future he had always imagined. For the first time, he believed he was ready to enjoy life. But the house no longer felt the same. His wife was gone. His daughter had built her own life far away. The rooms were bigger now. The silence was deeper. The money was still there, but the people for whom he saved it were no longer beside him. One morning, Ravi decided to travel. He wanted to visit his daughter. He wanted to meet his grandson. He wanted to carry gifts and finally spend some of the money he had protected for years. It was the first time in decades that spending made him feel happy. As the train moved through the countryside, Ravi looked outside with a quiet smile. The rivers, trees, and villages reminded him of how many years had passed while he was waiting for the perfect moment. He began to wonder how many perfect moments he had already missed. At the station, he sat with a small bag beside him. Inside were chocolates for his grandson and a toy train. Simple things he had never bought before. He looked at them like treasures, not because they were expensive, because they had come too late. Before his next journey began, Ravi felt a sudden pain in his chest. The toy train slipped from the bag. The chocolates fell to the ground. And for the first time in his life, Ravi lost something he could never save again: time. When his daughter arrived, she found a small envelope inside his bag. It contained a letter. In it, Ravi had written that he spent his entire life preparing for happiness, only to realize happiness had always been hidden inside ordinary days. The trip he postponed for years had finally begun, but he was no longer there to take it. She returned to the old house and opened the steel cupboard. It was full of money, neatly stacked, carefully protected. But in that moment, it felt worthless, because no amount inside that cupboard could buy back a single lost memory. The real cost of Ravi's savings was never written in his notebook. It was hidden in the family trip that never happened, the broken fan that was never repaired, the childhood wishes that were quietly forgotten. He had saved money, but he had spent his life. Many people believe life begins after success, after retirement, after enough savings, after the perfect time. But life does not wait for perfect moments. It passes silently through ordinary days, and those who keep postponing happiness often discover the truth too late.